Coming to you live from the UTPA Fieldhouse in the three-time All-American city of Edinburgh, this is Bronx Volleyball. Today, the Bronx play host to WAC leading Kansas City at the UTPA Fieldhouse, which could prove to be the Bronx' most difficult match of the season. Kansas City enters not only 17-3 and 5-0 in WAC play, not only coming off of a 3-2 win at defending WAC champion New Mexico State, a match in which they rallied back from down 2-0 to win, but on a 13 streak. Kansas City hasn't lost since September 9th, and that was against 24th ranked Kansas. Put in perspective for you, Kansas City got off to a 2-2 start with losses to Drake and Valpo, wins over Central Michigan and Omaha. Since then, Kansas City is 15-1. They are having some kind of season. And there's a mix of returners and newcomers who have all gelled very well for this Kansas City team. Should prove for an interesting challenge for UTPA. Bronx, though, coming off of a win of themselves, 3-1 over Chicago State. Richard Sr. Maria Kleefolk led the Bronx with 13 kills on 489 hitting, 4 blocks, 2 aces, and a season-high tying 5 digs. Junior Haley Durham had 12 kills on 308 hitting and a team-high 5 blocks. Sophomore Alicia Watson finished with 12 kills. Well, the Bronx also had 3 players reach double figures in digs in Nosheen Merchant, Macy Singleton, and Krista Freighton. And it's really those digs that the Bronx are happy about because it sets everything else up. You have folks doing a good job of passing the ball, and that gets the hitters more open. That's what the Bronx are looking for, and Coach Yale will talk about that a little later on during the pre-match show. You know, we started to tell you a little bit about Kansas City. This 13-match winning streak is their best in program history. The 17-3 start, their best ever. The Roos are currently 79th in the nation in RPI. That is best in the WAC, and they have some pretty good NCAA rankings. The Kangaroos are second in the nation in digs per set, 18.3. They're 11th in the nation in total digs, and they're 4th in the nation in attacks per set. So they're up there, they're swinging away, and that will make for a busy day on the front line. Bronx will try to answer with their blockers. Maria Kleefolk and Haley Durham, 2 of the best in program history. In total blocks, they rank 6th and 7th, Kleefolk and Durham respectively. They also rank 6th and 7th in the same order in block assists. Durham, the Bronx all-time leader in blocks per set at .83, and Maria Kleefolk ranks 9th in that category, and that's going to be important today as the Bronx are going to be looking for some kind of way to slow down those Kansas City attackers. Well, we'll step aside for a break. Coming up on Bronx pre-match, it's the Coach's Corner. I'll chat with Bronx head coach Brian Yale. This is Bronx Volleyball. The ball, the right wing, goes for the
coaches, and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, and sexist comments or other intimidating chants or actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for ejection. UTPA, the WAC, and the NCAA thank you for your cooperation.
City.
Serving for your Bronx, number 10, Macy Singleton.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Sean Goldberg riding with you. We had some technical difficulties. We apologize. This is the first play of the match. It goes out and a point for Kansas City. The Kangaroos strike first. It's 1-0. We had a computer problem on our end, but a couple of restarts later, we're ready to go. Ball gets hit over off of Merchant and out. Kansas City out to a 2-0 lead. And now it shows like that on your scorebug. Okay. Well, the Bronx are on the board. It's 2-1. We owe you starting lineups. Yeah, UMKC started out to a 3-1 lead now. They went with Kaylin Brandt, Sydney Crimmins, Taylor Bureau, Jessica Hendon, Skylar Muff, Melissa Hartzell, and Taryn Miller at libero. The Bronx, Alicia Watson, Mary Kay Clark, Maria Cleafolk, Anjanae Janda, Macy Singleton, Haley Durham, and Nosheen Merchant at libero. So Anjanae Janda comes up with the kill, and the Bronx within 3-2. So Alicia Watson back to serve for UTPA. Attack comes down the middle, but it stays in. You have the kill for Hartzell. Kansas City up 4-2.
For the Kangaroos, number 6, Emma Hagedorn, and number 7, Nicole Wimmoff into the match.
Emma Hagedorn in for Kansas City. As is Nicole Wimmoff. Bronx within 4-3.
Number 12, Krista Freitas, and number 13, Deanna Reynolds. Replace number 9.
On the setting error by Wimmoff. So Krista Freitas serves for UTPA. Attack comes from the left, and the kill goes down for Taylor Bureau. And it's 5-3 Kansas City. So Sydney Crimmins will serve for the Kangaroos, looking for their 14th straight win. Bronx looking for their second in a row. Clark sets it up. Reynolds. And the block goes out. So the Bronx within 1. It's 4-5.
Serving for the Bronx, number 7, Nosheen Merchant.
Libero Nosheen Merchant back to serve for UTPA. She's wearing a black shirt. The rest of the Bronx in white. Kansas City in the blue tops, except the libero Miller in white. 6-4.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 5, Taryn Miller.
Kansas City on the left side of your screen. Well, actually, they're filling up your screen right now, but UTPA is on the right side of the net. So Miller back to serve for Kansas City. Freitas pushes it forward for Clark. Now to Reynolds on the attack. It goes out, and Kansas City up 7-4. Miller serving again for Kansas City. Freitas for Clark. Now Reynolds. Is it off the block? Kept up by Miller. Now the set, and it comes over to Clark. Merchant. Watson on the back row. Into the net. 8-4 Kansas City. Miller again back there for the Roos. Into the net. Bronx within 3, and they've got the serve back. Mary Kate Clark to serve for UTPA, the freshman setter out of Waxahachie. Clark serves it out. 9-5.
Substitutions for the Kangaroos, number 2, Caitlin Brandt, and number 14, Melissa Hartzell, re-enter the game. Brandt to serve.
Caitlin Brandt and Melissa Hartzell back in. Brandt serving. 5'9" sophomore setter out of Sumner, Iowa. And she aces it. It's 10-5 Roos, and the Bronx want a timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching Bronx Volleyball.
Kangaroos.
Well, I think the moral of today's story is that I can't play commercials successfully. Don't know why, but we're not going to chance it by going to any other pre-recorded videos today, since clearly the computer does not like that. And I don't want to risk going off the air or freezing the stream with you all again. Macy Singleton serving for the Bronx, down 6-11. Block of the net. Janda, it goes out. So it's 12-6 Kansas City.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 12, Jessica Henry.
13-6 Kangaroos. Clark sets up Clefolk, who finds the hole. Bronx within 7-13. Officials come over to discuss it. Now, I'm partially blocked by the pole, so I couldn't see if she pancaked it or not, but I think that's what Kansas City was thinking, since they continued play.
Correction, no point is awarded.
Well, they're going to take the point off the board, saying that the ball did not hit the floor. And again, I have no angle at that, so I couldn't tell you. And the officials have the best angle. They're right there. So they'll redo the serve, and Watson down the line, but out. Kangaroos up 14-6. Macy Munson entering the match for Mary Kate Clark.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 6, Macy Munson, replacing number 5, Mary Kate Clark.
Cleefolk, little floater, kept up by Kansas City. Gets over the block and out. Bronx within 7.
Serving for the Bronx, number 8, Maria Liefel.
And officials discussing something with the official book. Well, suddenly the score is changing from 14-7 to 15-6. How'd that happen? I've watched the Bronx score 7 times. I don't know why. Dive by Merchant to keep it up for Watson. Jando hit it over. Kansas City sets it up on the outside, and the kill for Skylar Muff. 16-6. And the Bronx call for time out. We will keep it here. We are at UTPA Fieldhouse, the Bronx on the board. They're within 7-16.
Serving for the Bronx, number 8, Maria Liefel. Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 11, Megan Kearns, replaces number 13, Skylar Muff.
Durham gets blocked to the net, ball tumbles around. 19-7, Kansas City. Bronx with an 8-19. Brianna Shannon coming in for the Bronx. Macy Munson takes the seat. Mary Kay Clark is in. Alicia Watson is out. Shannon to serve. Attack comes from the outside. Merchant keeps it up off the swing from Bureau. Singleton gets it over. Shannon on the first hit. Clark sets it up for Janda. To the left side, Bureau again, and out. Bronx within 10. Slammed down by Crimmins. 20-9.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 6, Emma Haydor, and number 7, Nicole Wemoff into the game. Wemoff to serve.
Nicole Wemoff to serve for Kansas City as she re-enters. Merchant for Clark. Durham just has to kind of force it over, but 4 hits. 21-9, Kansas City. Merchant steps up for the first hit. Clark the second hit. Janda gets stuffed at the net. 22-9. Shannon for Clark. Durham. Clark sets up Janda. Merchant gets it over. Miller sets it up. Attack comes from the back row. Merchant forward for Clark, who dumps it over. Kansas City ready for it. Well, that attack heads out. I think off of Hagerdorn. Bronx within 10-22. Krista Freitas and Dara Reynolds in for the Bronx. Freitas serving. Shannon. And that one's not going back up. Kansas City up 23-10. Ace down the line, and it's set point for Kansas City. Reynolds. Freitas. Somebody's got to get it over. It's Merchant. Tossed over. Durham sends it back. And that's the set. 25-10. Kansas City leads the match 1-0.
Fans, South Texas Buick GMC, AEP Texas, Blue Wave Express Car Wash, Texas Regional Bank, UTPA Army ROTC, Verdone State of Chicago, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance are
Let's take a look at some of the numbers as they stand right now.
All right, fans, now it's time to
We'll start with visiting Kansas City. Melissa Hartzell leads the way with 4 kills. Sydney Crimmins with 3. 2 for Skylar Muff, 1 each for Taylor Bureau, Jessica Hending, Emily Hagerdorn, and Nicole Wemoff. 7 assists for Kaylin Brent. 4 to exceeds for Hending and Taryn Miller. On the Bronx side, Sierra Reynolds, 2 kills, 1 each for Anjanae Janda, Maria Kleefolk, and Alicia Watson. 4 assists for Mary Kay Clark, 3 Merchant. Bronx hitting negative 043, Kansas City hitting 478. Give you the numbers, the ones that matter. 1-0, Kansas City now leads UTPA after taking the first set 25-10. Take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the second set. You're watching Bronx Volleyball. Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Set number 2. Bronx down 1-0 after dropping the first set 25-10. UMKC now on the right side of your screen. The Bronx on the left. Kleefolk with the quick attack. And it's not coming back. Bronx have their first lead of the match. It's 1-0.
Serving for the Bronx, number 8, Maria Kleefolk.
So Maria Kleefolk back to serve for UTPA. Miller on the first hit, set up by Brandt. Now the attack in the middle from Hending. Reynolds on the outside for UTPA gets blocked. And it stays in. We're tied at 1. Look like Muff and Hartzell in on that block. Jessica Hending serving. Macy Singleton for Mary Kay Clark. Now Haley Durham on the attack. A dive to keep it up by Hending. Now the ball just comes over. Sent down by Cribbins. Kansas City up 2-1. Singleton. Clark. Reynolds into the net. 3-1 Kansas City. And the Bronx are going to call a quick time out. We'll step aside.
Spikes forward and the office bar and grill UTPA Athletics.
Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. 3-1 Kansas City out of the gate here in set number 2. Bronx not wasting any time in calling timeout. Coming out of the timeout, the error. Reynolds on the attack, and that one is not coming back. Bronx within 2-3.
Serving for the Bronx, number 2, Alicia Watson.
Alicia Watson gets airborne, but she serves it out. Kangaroos up 4-2. Skylar Muff back to serve for Kansas City. Merchant, Clark, Reynolds, Brent, Muff, and that's Bureau. Clark for Reynolds. Send right back over. Singleton clear space. Clark for Durham. Blocked to the net. 5-2.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 13, Skylar Muff.
Skylar Muff serving for Kansas City. Out. 3-5.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 3, Kira Hill, and number 12, Krista Freitas.
Kira Hill and Krista Freitas in for UTPA. De'Ara Reynolds and Brianna, or check that, De'Ara Reynolds and Mason Singleton take a seat. Freitas serving. Over the block, off Watson and out. 6-3 UMKC.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 6, Emma Hagedorn, and number 7, Nicole Wemoff into the game. Wemoff to serve.
Hagedorn and Wemoff in for Kansas City. Hill on the attack. Got it! And then they're really going this set. Staying tight. Haley Durham back to serve for the Bronx. Flat-footed, finds the corner. The attack from Bureau. Watson comes over from Durham. Kill from Hagedorn. 7-4.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 4, Sydney Crimmins.
Crimmins serves. Freitas. Clark, now Clefo. Little tapper in the middle. Hill, blocked to the net. 8-4 Kansas City. Clark for Hill. Miller to the right to Wemoff. Bronx can't return it. 9-4. 3 straight points for Kansas City. Crimmins. Clark. Clefo. Got it. Bronx within 4. It's 5-9. Clark serving for the Bronx. Ooh. Emma Hagedorn. 6'2", junior out of Parkville, Missouri. As the libero Taryn Miller heads back to serve for the Kangaroos. Off of Hill and an ace. It's 11-5 KC. Freitas, Clark, now Cleefolk. Miller. Attack and the kill for Hendy. And it's 12-5 UMKC. And the Bronx used their second timeout. Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Sean Goldberg riding with you. Bronx down 5-12 to Kansas City. And Taryn Miller serving for the Roos. Watson. Freitas. Watson again. Sent forward by KC and in the middle. Hagerdorn sends it over. 13-5 Kangaroos.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 9, Anthony Janda, replaces number 2, Alicia Watson.
Anjanae Janda in for Alicia Watson of UTPA. Miller gets airborne. Freitas. Clark. Tapper by Cleefolk. On the outside, slammed out by Muff. Bronx within 6-13.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 10, Macy Singleton, and number 13, De'Ara Reynolds. Enter the game. Singleton to serve.
Over the block. 14-6. Correction. 7-13. Give the point to the Bronx. And Coach Posey of Kansas City goes over for an explanation. And Hagerdorn gets it back. Now Hagerdorn takes a seat as Melissa Hartzell's back in. Janda, got it. Bronx within 6. Durham. Miller. Back row attack, Crimmins. Singleton gets it up in the air, and Durham feeds it over. Little floater, Jens is there. Reynolds on the outside. Miller for Brandt, who sends it over. Reynolds and Durham bat it, but nobody can get there to knock it over the net. 15-8, Kansas City. Ending serve for Singleton, now Clark. Durham's attack blocked to the net by Crimmins and Hartzell. And it's 16-8. Clark, Reynolds, out. 17-8. Janda hits it out. 18-8. Janda up in the air. Clark unable to stop it. And it's 19-8. Macy Munson in for Mary Kate Clark.
Macy Munson replaces number 5, Mary Kate Clark. Point Bronx.
20, check that. Bronx within 10. It's 9-19. The ball goes out.
Serving for the Bronx, number 9, Anjanae Janda.
Reynolds and Merchant collide. Bronx are shorthanded. There's a hole, but Kansas City can't get it over.
Point Bronx.
The Bronx within 9. Janda. Blocked by Durham. 11-19.
Bronx.
Durham reaches over to send it down. Kansas City sends it back. Durham. Got it. Bronx are going on a little bit of a run. They're within 6. Or 7, rather. And Kansas City will use their first timeout of the match. Step aside. Bronx trying to make a late charge. They're within 7. Back at the field house where the Bronx have pulled to within 7. Kansas City just used their first time out of the match. Reynolds on the attack. Miller it up over to Brad. Now the attack comes down from Muff. Munson leaves it back for Durham. She gets blocked in the net, but Singleton there to keep it up. Now Reynolds on the attack down the line, and a diving grab by Kansas City. A block to the net, still up in the air. Third hit, Miller gets it over. Singleton for Munson. In the middle for Reynolds, who gets it? Bronx with 5 straight points. They were down 19-8. Now they're down 19-13. That one goes through Singleton. Kansas City back on the board, 2013.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 4, Brianna Shannon. Replacing number 9, Angela Banda.
Kearns gets there, one for Kansas City, Durham. And that one goes out. Bronx within 6.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 3, Kira Hill, and number 12, Krista Freitas, into the game.
Freitas and Hill in for the Bronx. Now there was Shannon, Merchant, Munson, and Durham, and Shannon goes diving for it, but can't keep it up. It goes out. Kansas City up 7 again.
Number 6, Emma Haydor, and number 7, Nicole Wemoff, into the game. Wemoff to serve.
Nicole Wemoff to serve for Kansas City. Attack from Durham, that's not coming back. Bronx within 6.
Serving for the Bronx, number 14, Haley Durham.
Haley Durham serving for UTPA. Well, it's hard to stop Emily Hagerdorn. She finds real good angles on her attacks. And she hits them real hard, too. 22-15. Cleefo, little floater. Down to one knee to grab is Wemoff. Got it. Blocked by Cleefo. And I think Munson.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 9,
Bronx still within 6.
Replacing number 4, Brianna Shannon.
Janda in, Shannon out for UTPA. Janda, Hill, Cleefo running the front. Freitas, Merchant, and Munson in the back. Merchant. Munson steps up. Hill. Almost found a hole, but Miller keeps it up with the dive. Merchant for Janda. Block. Hagerdorn and Hendine. And it's 23-16. Another substitution for Kansas City as Megan Kearns takes a seat. Now Taryn Miller back to serve. Miller with the jump float. Munson back for Cleefo. Got it! And the Bronx again within 6. That's as close as they've been able to get here in the later moments. They were down as many as 11. The Bronx have turned around 5 points. But have been basically trading points since that 5-0 run. Kira Hill serves it into the net, and Kansas City has set point.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 10, Macy Singleton replaces
Macy
number
Singleton
3,
in,
Kira
Kira Hill out.
And substitution for the Kangaroos, number 2,
Kaylin Brandt is in for Kansas City. Melissa Hartzell takes a seat, and Brandt will serve to try and give Kansas City a 2-0 lead in the match. Merchant, Munson, Janda, set by Brandt. Now for Miller. Back row attack is blocked to the net. Clefolk and Janda in on that. 18-24. Merchant back to serve. She's got to win at least 6 straight to keep this set going. Merchant from the middle, flat-footed, but she serves it out. And Kansas City takes set number 2, 25-18. They lead the match 2-0. Take a look at some of the numbers for you as they stand right now. And we will start with Kansas City. Kansas City being led by Taryn Miller check that, led by Sydney Crimmins and Melissa Hartzell and Emily Hagerdorf, who have 6 kills each. 2 each for Jessica Hending and Skylar Muff. 1 each for Taylor Bureau and Nicole Weemoff. 10 assists for Brandt, 9 for Weemoff, 12 digs for Taryn Miller. Bronx being led by Maria Clefolk, who has 4 kills. De'Ara Reynolds has 4, 3 for Haley Durham, 2 for Angela Janda, 1 each for Kira Hill and Alicia Watson. 9 assists for Mary Kay Clark, 6 for Macy Munson, 9 digs for Nosheen Merchant. Bronx are hitting 0-0-0. Kansas City at 262. We give you the numbers, the ones that matter. 2-0. Kansas City leads UTPA after 2 sets. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have set number 3. You're watching Bronx Volleyball. Welcome back out to the UTPA Fieldhouse. Jonah Goldberg riding with you. Bronx have dropped the first two sets. 10-25 and 18-25. Move ahead to set number 3. Kansas City looking to close it out. The Bronx looking to force a 4th set, and if they can do that, then they'll look to force a 5th set. Bronx back on the right side of your screen. Kansas City back on the left, and the Bronx take a quick lead on a block by Kleefolk and Munson. 1-0. Durham. Ending with the kill. Tied at 1. The Kangaroos have the serve with Hending. Shannon for Reynolds. Goes out. 2-1 Kansas City. Shannon. Munson, Kleefolk blocked. Bronx were able to keep it up a little longer. Kansas City initially celebrated before the point was over, but the Bronx couldn't get it over. So no harm, no foul. Shannon. Merchant. Reynolds blocked. Muff and Hartsville combined on a few today. It's 4-1 Kansas City. Freitas, Munson, Reynolds on the attack. Over by Hending. Thrown over, Freitas towards the top of the net, it comes back. Kansas City up 5-1. Munson. Reynolds. Got it. 2-5.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 2, Alicia Watson, replaces number 4, Brianna Shannon. Serving for the Bronx,
Shannon takes a seat. Watson back in. Munson back to serve. Freitas. Munson. Reynolds. Push forward. And now thrown over by Brandt. Bronx recover. Merchant hits it over. Attack from the outside by Muff. Kept up by Freitas. Now Merchant pushes it over again. Block. Reynolds and Kleefolk. The Bronx within 3-5. Another block. Reynolds, Kleefolk, and Watson all in on that one. The Bronx within 4-5. Kept up by Kansas City, but now it goes down. And the Bronx have tied the set at 5. This is the latest one of the sets that's been tied today. And Kansas City calls for timeout. Tied at 5 in the 3rd set. This is Bronx Volleyball. Back at the UTPA Fieldhouse, tied at 5 in set number 3. Bronx looking to take their latest lead in a set in this match. Watson blocked to the net. Crimmins and Hartzell. Kangaroos up 6-5.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 13, Skylar Muff.
Into the net, tied at 6. Service error, Skylar Muff.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 9, Anthony Janda, and number 10, Mason Singleton enter the game. Singleton to serve.
Singleton airborne. Munson. Merchant. Watson blocked. Munson for Merchant. Now Singleton. Jack down the middle. And a kill for Hartzell. Kansas City up 7-6.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 6, Emma Hagedorn, and number 7, Nicole Lemoff enter the game. Lemoff to serve.
Lemoff. Singleton for Munson. Janda. Attack comes from Bureau. Janda into the block. And it's 8-6. Clefo. Block. Clefo, one of the Bronx all-time blockers, comes up the solo there. Bronx within 1. Playing the best they have all match. Merchant with the rainbow. Miller on the first hit. The set, the attack, sent back by Janda. Now from the middle. Munson. Watson. Out. 9-7 Kansas City.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 4, Sydney Crimmins.
Singleton. Munson. Durham. Munson. Merchant. Watson. Got it! Bronx within 1. It's 8-9.
Serving for the Bronx, number 2, Alicia Watson.
Watson gets airborne. Janda. Munson. Merchant. Durham. Merchant. Munson for Singleton. Macy Munson for Janda. Attack comes from Hendon, stopped to the net. Durham up in the air for Munson. Watson back row into the net.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 5, Taryn Miller.
Janda, out. Or in. Maybe it hit somebody on the way out. Bronx within 9-10.
Number 12, Krista Freitas, and number 13, De'Ara Reynolds enter the game. Freitas to serve.
Krista Freitas serving. Out.
Point Kangaroos. Substitution
11-9 Kansas City.
2, Kaylin Brandt, and number 14, Melissa Hartzell into the game.
Brandt and Hartzell in for Kansas City. Brandt serving. Durham gets through the block. Kept up by Brandt. Attack from Hending. Merchant for Munson, who just tosses it over. We find the corner. It's 12-9 UMKC.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 4, Brianna Shannon, replaces number 2, Alicia Watson.
Brianna Shannon in, Alicia Watson out. As Brandt serves. Reynolds, Munson, nobody there for it.
Point, Kangaroos.
13-9 Kansas City.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 5, Mary Kay Clark.
Mary Kay Clark in, Macy Munson out. Reynolds, Clark, Durham through the block, off of Miller, and right down.
Point, Bronx.
Bronx within 3 again, 10-13.
Serving for the Bronx, number 14, Haley Durham.
Durham serving. And Muff with the kill. Durham. Merchant. Clark. Reynolds. And that one is ticketed for the Kansas City bench. Bronx within 11-14. Shannon out, Watson in for UTPA.
Replaces number 4, Brianna Shannon.
Clark. Block. Kept up by Kansas City, they get it over. Merchant. Clark. Watson. Blocked by Kansas City, it's 15-11.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 11, Megan Kearns.
Megan Kearns in for Kansas City. Skylar Muff takes a seat. Kearns will serve.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 9, Anthony Janda. And number 10, Macy Singleton into the game. Singleton to serve.
Attack from Hartzell. Clark for Clefo. Watson. Singleton. Clark. Clefo. Double hit. 16-11, or 16-12 rather, Kansas City.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 6, Emma Hagedorn, and number 7, Nicole Wemall into the game. And for the Bronx, number 3, Kira Hill replaces number 2, Alicia Watson.
Singleton for Clark. Now Hill blocked to the net, kept up by the Bronx, and sent back down. 17-12 Kansas City. Clefo and Hill both on that first hit. Clark, and Janda pushes it over. Diving bodies for Kansas City. Comes over the block, and Janda. Hill. Dive by Singleton. And it goes out. It's 18-12 Kansas City. Macy Munson coming back in for the Bronx. Mary Kate Clark takes the seat.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 6, Macy Munson replaces number 5, Mary Kate Clark.
Clefo, Munson, Janda. They just got to get it over, and Weemoff does. Clefo sends it down. 13-18.
Serving for the Bronx, number 7, Nasheen Merchant. Point, Kangaroos.
19-13 Kangaroos.
Serving for the Kangaroos, number 4, Sydney Crimmins.
Merchant, Munson, Durham, block. 20-13 Kansas City. Corinne Acuff in. Allie Durham out. Hill. Not coming back. 14-20.
Serving for the Bronx, number 3, Kira Hill.
Hill serves it into the net.
Kangaroos.
21-14.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 13, Skylar Buck, replaces number 11, Megan Kearns.
Janda, block.
Kangaroos.
22-14 Kangaroos. Miller airborne. Hill down the middle, got it. 15-22. Reynolds in, Singleton out.
Serving for the Bronx, number 9, Anthony Janda.
And it's 23-15.
Substitution for the Bronx, number 12, Krista Davis. Replaces number 9, Anthony Janda. And for the Kangaroos, number 2, Kaylin Grant. And number 14, Melissa Hartzell enter the game. Grant to serve.
Lindsay Zeke is in for Kansas City. They're 2 points away from completing the sweep. Serve it out. Bronx get the serve back. Corinne Acuff will serve for the Bronx. Miller sets it forward. Branch, now the attack by Muff is a kill. And it's match point for the Kangaroos.
Substitution for the Kangaroos, number 4, Sydney Crimmins. replaces number 1, Lindsay Z.
Bronx keep it up, got to get it over. Reynolds does. Freitas, Munson, Reynolds from the back row. Pushed up by Brandt. Hendy. Merchant on the dive. Crimmins. Bronx force it over. Miller. The attack, and that'll do it. Final score, UMKC wins 3-0. They take the final set 25-16. Taking a look at some of the final numbers. Kansas City led by Hagert-Orno with 9 kills, 7 each for Crimmins and Hartzell, 6 for Muff, 4 for Hendy, 1 each for Bureau and Weemoff, 17 assists for Brandt, 12 for Weemoff, 19 digs for Miller, 11 for Crimmins, 10 for Hendy. The Bronx, led by Maria Kleefolk and Daria Reynolds, 6 kills each, 4 for Haley Durham, 3 for Anthony Janda, 2 each Alicia Watson and Kira Hill. 12 assists for Mary Kay Clark, 10 for Macy Munson, 14 digs, Nosheen Merchant. Kansas City wins their 14th straight. They're 18-3, 6-0 in WAC play. The Bronx 5-16, 2-5 in WAC play. Bronx are headed on the road next weekend for 2 as they visit Grand Canyon on Thursday at 8 and then Bakersfield Saturday at 3. And then the Bronx come back home on October 30th. 7 p.m. against Utah Valley, 6:50 pre-match. All the action here on UTPABronx.com. That'll do it for us from the UTPA Fieldhouse. I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. This has been a presentation of Bronx Volleyball. For more information, you can log on to UTPABronx.com. Want to reach us, send an email. Contact info is on the website under Inside Athletics. Click on Staff Directory. But for now, this is Jonah Gold. For Jack Fowler, wherever you are, this is Jonah Goldberg saying goodnight from the UTPA Fieldhouse. Bronx fall 3-0.